thought you had a keen eye for this shit. Not gonna say anything now that you know the camera's rolling?
No.
Huh, an EP review. Oh, huh. Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. And it's time to review this King Krule EP. Self-titled King Krule EP thing. Krule is a UK singer-songwriter who was gathering a lot of buzz earlier this year and a little bit toward the end of last year, producing songs under the name Zoo Kid. And since that buzz has kind of risen, we've got a name change and a new EP out now on True Panther Sounds. I can only expect that a full length is going to come out in 2012. At least after hearing this thing, that's what I'm hoping. Because there are some serious highlights on here. The third track, for example, Portrait in Black and Blue, has these sexy guitar strums in there with just this shimmering reverb on them. The song just feels really smoky. It makes me want to sway back and forth. He just has this aesthetic that is kind of alluring. And what's even more alluring than the third track for me is the fifth track, the Noose of Jaw City, the final track on this EP. Every sad and sincere moment in that track just gets emphasized by the heavy effects all over that song. It's kind of like this splashy echo that really stands out. It's on the vocals for the most part. And splashy, it's springy, kind of like a dub reggae echo. There's this heavy beat in there, this really warm electric piano. It feels like something I would hear at a prom in 1950, but it's set in 2011, and it's got this kind of strange, sad, and awkward feel to it. Emotionally, this kid sounds like he's on the verge of crying. It's effect heavy, it's reverb heavy, but there are so many groups using that kind of sound this year who, when they do use it, it kind of makes their music sound distant. The emotions just feel far away. They feel like they're kind of obliterated in the overuse of effects or buried. This just feels so forward and so bold and so emotive. There's this really forlorn beauty about the music on this EP. Though the feelings on this thing aren't exactly happy, I don't feel anything shy about the music on here. It's just some very watery, dreamy, and catchy music. And a great recording too. It's a little chaotic here and there, but in a really admirable kind of way. Now, one thing that I also have to mention that stands out about this EP and this project in general is this kid's voice, his vocals. He's just got this really low, kind of croon going on, and he's got a thick accent that makes me feel like I'm listening to a post-punk or new wave vocal from the late 70s or early 80s. For the most part, just a lot of nice stuff on here that's got me interested in what is going to come out of this project next year. But it's not all positives on this EP for me. I feel like this thing might have been a little rushed just to kind of get something out this year, make people kind of aware of the name change before maybe something gets released in the future. Because there are some tracks, some ideas on here that just feel really short, abrupt, and undercooked, like the first track, which is a nice instrumental, kind of makes me feel like I'm on a beach at night or something, but it just kind of stops. And the third track, which is the start of a fantastic song, just ends after a minute with no warning whatsoever. And the second song, even though it's got this nice feel and is very different from the other tracks on the LP, this kind of heavy, overbearing electronic beat and these really sugary, sweet, beautiful touches of string kind of interjecting here and there. It felt like it could have done more. Still, 2 tracks at least that I loved off of this EP, and the rest kind of felt like they were teasers. But even though I do feel teased, I am also pleased. So I am kind of feeling like a strong 7 on this EP. Definitely looking forward to whatever King Krule is offering in what I hope will be the very near future. But what do you guys think of this thing? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Why? And what do you think I should review next? Anthony Fantano, King Krule, Forever.